A chance meeting in Auckland, New Zealand started a long-distance romance for Nate and Kaz.
We had phone calls for hours at a time. Really, it was phone calls day after day.
Now she's relocating, and after 5 months of phone calls, they're moving in together.
We're going through this whole moving process. We're still getting to know one another.
This is out in the bush.
It really is.
I think it's perfect. We don't need much more room than this.
There's got to be a happy medium, but I certainly can't think of one right now.
They may be in love, but they're still strangers.
Obviously, this is a dream for me.
The apartment block idea, I'm not so sure about.
She's come 11,000 miles
There's a yellow ball in the sky here that we didn't seem to have in Scotland.
to find a home on New Zealand's sunny Coromandel Peninsula.
Check this out.
Just get me down there. It's like the longest flight ever.
I'm so glad you made it.
I'm from just outside Edinburgh in Scotland. I came over here to Auckland to see my friend, and she introduced both of us.
Kaz and I started chatting for a wee while, swapped phone numbers.
We didn't have the opportunity to even have one date. We just knew we'd found somebody really special. I went home the next day, and not a day went past where we didn't speak on the phone. 5 months of that, and then we couldn't wait to be together again. I'm not so sure about living in the city.
I know you have been talking about going up and seeing the Coromandel. We could go up and you could have a look around.
Yeah, I would love that.
To me, the Coromandel has always seemed more as a holiday destination. The job situation I'm really unsure about. I've worked in the timber flooring field in Auckland for about 15 years.
I am concerned for Nate about leaving Auckland because the practical side of things, but I think in the long run and in the short term, it's going to be great for our relationship.
The Coromandel is just amazing. It's beautiful. I've been going there all my life as a child, so growing up around those beaches, it actually does feel like home, getting back there.
11,000 miles from Scotland, the Coromandel Peninsula flips the seasons for Kaz. It's June, the start of winter, and just 2.5 hours away, the noise of New Zealand's largest city disappears among mountains, rainforests, miles of white sand beaches, and the town of Whitianga, actually Whitianga, the Maori pronunciation.
Just the names of places in New Zealand, it's just so different. You have to really know how to pronounce certain words and how to get it right.
But besides that, really, there isn't too many cultural shocks there.
No, just the sunshine. There's a yellow ball in the sky here that we didn't seem to have in Scotland.
Whitianga is a holiday destination for Kiwis and for people from all over the world, actually. Whitianga's population is 5,000 year-round, and during the peak season, about 30,000 people roll into town. So finding a rental for someone is kind of a tall order, especially if they have a wish list a mile long.
Ideally, I would love to have 3 bedrooms in the rental property.
Okay.
Also, I would love to be in town so that walking distance to the cafes and shops and just making the most of beach life, so preferably with an ocean view. Something with a bit of character would be good. I know Nate's wish list is a little bit different to mine, so...
I think ideally I'd like to find somewhere rural, maybe 15 minutes out of town. A little bit of peace and quiet would be great.
Okay.
If we're going to make the move from the city, I'd like to perhaps be somewhere rural or most definitely in the bush. A sea view would be amazing, but somewhere quiet, peaceful.
How much are you guys looking to spend?
$1,000 a month.
Okay. We might have to go a little bit over. The rentals that are available are quite expensive because there's just not a lot out there.
I would prefer to keep it under budget.
That is close to
to-
town and in the bush.
Yes.
We'll go take a look and see what we have. I've never quite had anybody come in and want totally opposite things before. There's got to be a happy medium, but I certainly can't think of one right now.
So Juliet goes to the top of Nate's wish list. House 1 is a remote cottage in the bush, 20 minutes from town.
Isn't it gorgeous out here? We've got woods everywhere. It's private.
nice to look at.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Too far
out
away
there.
to live.
This is in the bush, just like Nate wanted. You have all the privacy you could ever want.
This is out in the bush.
It really is. This is a modern cottage. Comes fully furnished. It is completely off-grid. You're electricity independent with solar panels.
Ooh, I like that.
No bills.
No bills. And about 20 minutes from town. But the beauty of it is it's only $900 a month.
That is really good.
Oh, wow, cozy.
Very compact, but I love the furniture.
It's cute, isn't it?
It is. It's really cute. Is there a living room?
This is kind of your living and bedroom combo.
This is it.
Well, you do have a nice kitchen over here.
All the way over there.
What do you think, Nate?
I think it's perfect. We don't need much more room than this.
Okay.
That's why it's $900 a month.
When we decided to move to the Coromandel, this is exactly what I had in mind. Somewhere secluded, away from people. I think this is enough for us. This is ideal.
It'll be cosy, but we still have the issue of being out in the middle of nowhere, but we'll address this. If I can live remotely like this, I really don't know.
Let's have a look at the kitchen.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's a gorgeous view.
Nice view of the bush out the window while you're cooking. Yeah, you have a gas hob, a nice new fridge.
2 hobs, tiny fridge, perfect for a doll's house. The kitchen is tiny. It really was quite overwhelming how small it was. I was looking for something quite a bit bigger than that. We'd only struggle if we had guests, but most of the time it will just be us.
Great. Let's have a look at the restroom.
Okay, let's
Excellent.
go. It's nice and light, but there's no bath.
It is very modern, but unfortunately there's not room for a bath.
Huge shower though, so that's a bonus. What do you think?
I think it's still ideal. I don't see anything wrong with it. There's plenty of space in here.
Yeah. You prefer your shower, but I'm just a bit disappointed there's no bath.
I love the place. The size of the house may be a little small, but to me it's all about the outside. I'm not exactly sure Kaz is sold on the idea of living out this far away from town. I think she's already got her mind set on what she's exactly looking for.
Right, guys, this is one of the best features of the property. You have your own private stream. The water's so clean you could drink it.
Didn't expect to find this at the bottom of the garden.
I'm really excited. It's amazing. Beautiful.
What did you guys think of the house?
It's exactly what I want. Somewhere right out of civilization, self-maintained, quiet, cozy, but that's all we need.
Yeah.
I really like it.
No bills is a major bonus. The location's still an issue for me, but we'll see.
Definitely worth considering.
Obviously, this is a dream for me. Perfect location, gorgeous apartment.
The apartment block idea, I'm not so sure about.
To find everything they want is going to be virtually impossible.
Oh gosh, it's cold. I expected it to be warmer than Scotland.
That's awesome.
It is not.
After one brief introduction and 5 months getting to know each other by phone,
I managed to finally convince her to move to be with me.
Kaz left home and family in Scotland for Auckland, New Zealand.
Making the journey itself was just nerve-wracking, but was so worth it because we just had been desperate to see each other for so many months. It's so quiet. I can see the fish jumping. This is perfect.
They soon decided to hunt for a new home in the Coromandel Peninsula, near the town of Whitianga, away from city life.
And just concentrate on each other rather than having this whole whirlwind of a massive city floating around us as well. That's the idea.
But while they both want a quiet life near the Coromandel's calm, sunny coast, there's a risk.
I've been working in the same industry now for about 15 years. Giving all that up and moving to a town where there is no job, there is a huge risk.
And real confusion about the home they hope to find.
I know Nate's wish list is a little bit different to mine.
Well, the wish list. Nate wants to be out of town in a little batch off the grid. Kaz wants to be in town in a modern new place where she can walk everywhere. So we've got completely different needs.
House 1 is certainly rural.
I sure didn't expect to find this at the bottom of the garden.
You have your own private stream.
I'm really excited. It's amazing. Beautiful.
And it's priced below budget.
It's only $900 a month.
That is really good.
But while its remote location is at the top of Nate's wish list,
I'd like to perhaps be somewhere in the bush.
2 hobs, tiny fridge, perfect for a doll's house.
it's far away from the lifestyle Kaz wants.
The further we got into the jungle, the more I was thinking, absolutely no way whatsoever.
I love the place. The size of the house may be a little small, but to me it's all about the outside and the river.
Look at those gorgeous houses with the beautiful view. This is absolutely idyllic. I really would love to be in town. That would be excellent, to be around some life, being able to walk to the shops and the cafes and restaurants.
Juliet brings the hunt out of the bush to an apartment close to town. But House 2 lacks the rural character Nate wants.
My strategy for picking this house was I wanted something a bit different than the country house. I wanted to show them something that was a bit more roomy and to have good views of the water. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, and you're extremely close to the water.
This is beautiful, being right across the road from the beach. How much is this?
It's $1,100 a month.
It's a little over budget, and it does remind me of being back in the city again as well. So, yeah, I'm not really so sure.
Really?
Yeah, but let's have a look inside.
This is amazing.
Looks like time to compromise.
Okay, guys, you have a really nice, big living room area, a huge deck that overlooks the water.
That's absolutely beautiful. The view is to die for.
All the furnishings come with this, so you're set, ready, turnkey, move in.
I absolutely love this property. I think Juliet's got it spot on here with regards to the apartment itself, its location and the view.
We have a really nice modern kitchen, a lot of storage, good space.
I like the modern facilities and I like the space, but I still can't help feel like I'm a little bit condensed here. It still feels like the city to me.
I'm not sure. I think once you're in and settled, and imagine cooking here with that stunning view across the water, watching the boats.
I do like the view.
I would feel really bad if Nate had to give up his dream of living rurally to move to the apartment. However, I kind of have moved across the other side of the world, so I think we've both had a bit of give and take here. Oh gosh, look at that view again.
So here's your master bedroom. Great closet space.
Imagine just waking up to that view every single morning, watching the boats come in, and the wardrobe as well. That's a fantastic bonus. It's huge.
I'm a bit 50-50 on the apartment. It's just the location that's a bit of a downer for me. I'm really struggling to see past that.
Huge big bath for me, excellent large shower for Nate, lovely new appliances. Oh yes, I love this bedroom too.
Sunny.
The second bedroom is nice and bright. It's got great storage in the closet. You have access to the deck from this room.
And parents can come and stay and they would love this place.
I like it, but it's still over budget. And besides that, it's the location. I felt the location was still too central, too much in town. I'd like a little bit more space.
I did feel that Nate would have that feeling of it being too central to town, but that's exactly what I'm looking for, so it's very difficult to compromise.
Wow, it's a decent sized deck. Great spot for the barbie and a few beers.
So what do you guys think?
Obviously, this is a dream for me. Perfect location, gorgeous apartment. We still have the issue of the budget being slightly over.
I do like the size of the place and the fact that it's low maintenance, but it still feels a little bit too much like it's in town for me. And the apartment block idea, I'm not so sure about.
The hunt goes farther from town, still not in the bush, but the location surprises them both.
Oh, wow. Check this out.
Just get me down there.
Oh, well, the Lost Springs.
I know. It's my favourite place in Whirianga.
That water's going to be nice and warm.
Kaz and Nate have come to the Coromandel Peninsula to find a home away from city life.
How cool is this?
Like a tropical island.
This is amazing, eh?
Miles of beaches, rugged hilly rainforests, and natural warm pools left from ancient volcanoes are far removed from city life in Auckland or the UK.
Well, you know I love the city, but, you know, we do have cities at home in Scotland, and I kind of was hoping for, now that I'm here, that beachy, traditional Kiwi, kick back, relax.
They're looking for a home to rent on a budget of $1,000 a month. Nate wants something rustic, out in the bush, secluded.
Somewhere rural, a little bit of peace and quiet would be great.
While Kaz wants something close to shops and restaurants.
I would much prefer to see civilization from my window, not be so isolated.
Real estate agent Juliet Miles began the hunt with a remote property favoring Nate's priorities.
This is out in the bush.
It's completely off-grid.
Oh, I like that.
This is kind of your living and bedroom combo.
It really was quite overwhelming how small it was.
But not for Nate.
It's exactly what I want.
House 2 is more spacious, but it's in a busy location, close to town.
This is amazing.
I like the modern facilities and I like the space, but it still feels like the city to me.
How do you feel now about leaving the city?
I'm really pleased that we've left the city, actually.
That makes me happy.
With House 3, Juliet brings the house hunt farther from town.
I really thought that it would help Nate feel a little bit more private. The beach is always empty here. Isn't it beautiful? This 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. You can step out the door and put your toes in the sand.
I can hear the ocean from here, so I'm guessing this is well over budget.
It's $1,500 a month.
It's quite a bit over the budget, actually, but I like the location, though.
The location's a no-brainer. It's absolutely fantastic, but 2 points, it's still not in town for me, and also with it being over budget, it just puts that little bit extra pressure on our relationship, so that's still a huge consideration for us. It's right on the water.
Wow.
Look at the balcony straight out onto the beach.
For me, it's a little bit retro inside, but the location's fantastic. So, yeah, I'm definitely pretty keen. It's just the budget that's the main issue here.
I like a little bit of character in the house. Location is just unbelievably fantastic, and I knew Nate would like that too, although perhaps a little bit quiet. I was really hoping for cafes to walk to, restaurants, the buzz of people going past, and the town location.
Although it's only a 5-minute drive from town, I'll be having the vehicle for work, so that makes it at least a half-hour walk for her. So it's not ideal in that respect.
Okay, guys, the kitchen has everything you could need. You've got a nice stove, dishwasher, microwave. You've got views out every direction. Can you imagine having dinner and sitting and watching the ocean every night.
I definitely can.
I feel the appliances are a little dated and the stovetop's electric, so that's going to add more to the cost. Certainly can't deny the views out the window.
View to die for.
Yeah,
they're great.
fantastic.
Oh, this is a sweet bedroom. Nice size.
Yeah, not bad.
This is considered your master bedroom. You do have an ensuite here.
Oh, that's a great bonus. I didn't expect that.
Yeah. And it's a little bit tight, but you have high ceilings and exposed beams. Makes it feel a bit bigger.
Yeah.
And great views everywhere you look, again.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, this is sweet.
You have an identical bathroom downstairs, so you have 2 baths.
That's pretty much all we need.
Except for a bath.
Kaz is still very new to New Zealand, and living on the beach and having the beach experience is important, but I think equally so being surrounded by civilization so she doesn't quite feel so secluded. At the end of the day, Kaz's happiness is most important here.
This is a great size room.
Yeah.
Bigger?
This is a great room for you to have guests. It's the 2nd bedroom. There's also a 3rd single bedroom if you need even more room for guests.
That will be excellent for when mum and dad come over to stay, and it's a larger room than the master. So yeah, they have plenty of room.
It's good to have that extra space for family and friends to come and stay as well, and they're going to want to when it's this close to the beach. Oh, wow. Check this out.
Just get me down there. Let's go. Oh my God, look at this.
Wow, this is amazing. This is exactly what I wanted.
Pretty spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the beach house?
I'm loving the location. The beach house still feels just a little bit dated inside, but it's functional and it's got everything that we need, and you certainly can't beat this. It's exactly what we dreamed of.
This beach in itself is just out of this world, so it's really easy to get carried away with the excitement of paradise. It is considerably over budget, so we still have some thinking to do.
It's a little over budget, well, quite a bit over budget, but I still can't rule it out. I'm just loving where it is. It's slightly out of town.
Okay, well, let's have a think about it.
Juliet's had a really tough job from the start, trying to find something close-ish to town, rustic, modern, low maintenance. There's definitely going to be a large compromise in the middle there somewhere.
They're hunting for a home on the Coromandel Peninsula with very different wishes.
I thought the location was perfect.
I couldn't think of anything worse.
From the moment they first met, Kaz and Nate knew they were right for each other.
We just kept on staying in touch via phone calls, hours of phone calls.
Then built the relationship very slowly that way for about 5 months.
It was a bit of an old-fashioned romance, really.
Now, just months into a brand new relationship, Kaz and Nate have decided to hunt for a home away from the big city.
I know you have been talking about going up and seeing the Coromandel. We could go up and you could have a look around.
Yeah, I would love that.
So their hunt began with a remote cottage on the Coromandel Peninsula, 20 minutes from the town of Whitianga.
I really like the location of the place out in the bush. I know it's a little small, but it's also under budget.
It was way too small. Family and friends can't come to stay, and personally, it was way too far out in the bush for me.
So Juliet brought the hunt closer to town with House 2.
Now, that one was really special. We had the extra bedroom.
I felt fine about the budget. I just wasn't too sure about where it was situated. It just still felt a little city-like, being an apartment. But nice appliances, had all the space that we needed.
Beachfront House 3 caught Nate's eye.
I absolutely love the location of the third place, right on the water.
2 bathrooms, 1 ensuite, but it was hugely over budget.
But I still can't see past where it's located. Tough choice.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of thinking to do.
Well, I think we really need to make a decision here and perhaps scratch one off the list. What do you think?
I would love to take the country cottage off the list.
Really? I thought the location was perfect.
It's perfect for you.
I could go moose hunting. The river's right there. No neighbours around. I really wanted to get that vibe and move out of the city and just forget about, people.
It's just too far out, I'm afraid.
Plus, yeah, I'd be a little bit concerned with getting home late at night and you're stuck out there, so that's not ideal.
That's definitely off the list then.
I think so.
The beach house or the town apartment?
Well, I really love the beach house. The location is exactly where I want it to be. When we talked about leaving the city, It was either the bush or the beach.
The beach house was a little bit dated inside, but I think that's part and parcel of the whole beach house experience.
I want to be close to the water, and if I can't have the bush, then that's what I'm going to go for.
But I definitely loved the town apartment. I think you would get over the fact that it's in town. You're still thinking city, but it's not. We're in a very small town now. Yes, it is in the town, but it had everything we were looking for. That was the clear winner for me. The beach house was gorgeous, but it was hugely over our budget. The price was $1,500 a month.
Yeah, I guess the price is a bit of a factor. I mean, we don't exactly know what we're going to be doing for work just yet, and it'll pretty much tap through the savings quite fast. So, tell me what you're thinking.
Well, the town apartment has a view of the beach, so I'm hoping that that would contribute towards you potentially being swayed towards the town apartment.
So it sounds like we're starting to come towards a decision here.
You've reached a decision?
Well, I guess if that's what's going to make you happy, there is the room. It is modern and clean. So if that's what you want, then yeah, let's do it.
Does that mean we've reached a decision?
Finally, yeah.
Oh my God! Time to chill. We've certainly found the peace that we were aiming to achieve by leaving the city and moving out to the Coromandel area. It's just fantastic. The beach life has been so relaxing, so peaceful. It really has been a fantastic decision. We're so happy.
I've found a houseboating job here in Whirianga. It's been positive, the move.
I've got the pictures for that property.
The job that I found at the real estate office is the same office that Juliet works in. So yes, we've been pretty inseparable, her and I.
I make the promise to you. So we've decided to get married.
Just to add the pressure on.
You may kiss your beautiful bride, mate.
Well, the wedding day was very short notice, so unfortunately friends and family couldn't join from Scotland, although they'll be there in their hearts, I'm sure. It's just like a little dream come true.
I just can't wait to kick back and enjoy married life, being able to do what I want when I want.
You're not getting to do what you want when you want. You'll be married.